we have three good goalies. I mean, it's playoffs, guys getting hurt, so it's time for some other guys to step up for sure.
How do you manage the emotions of a game two after game one was super physical, 70-plus hits? How do you manage to keep that physical edge while being smart and staying out of the penalty box?
Well, I mean, it was emotional game, not just because of the physicality. I thought the crowd was into it. First playoff game in 9 years in here, so we were pretty pumped to play playoff hockey as well. A lot of guys playing their first playoff hockey games in this team, so I think it was just emotional all around. Now it's kind of back to business, back to be settled, play right way. It's a playoff hockey. You want to be physical, but you don't want to cross the line, obviously. The referee's pretty good in this league, so it's so many experienced referees. They know when to give you green light to be hard, when you cross the line, they're gonna call it for sure.
I know you guys were good on the penalty kill in the last game, but is that a point of emphasis that just because it worked in game one, they're going to adjust and staying out of the box remains paramount for you guys?
Well, I mean, referees are the humans too. That's the first playoff game for them too, so they're pretty exciting. Sometimes they're getting a little too fired up and make early calls. I feel like when the series goes on and the playoffs goes on, it's going to be less questionable calls. So I think it was just, for us, obviously, it's a big thing to stay out of the box because we don't want to lose the momentum like we did in the second period last game.
Thatcher's also been your best penalty killer. How much does it hurt you there, just in terms of confidence as much as anything?
It doesn't. Yeah, we're confident.
What about just not having him back there? Does it take any kind of emotion away from what was a pretty emotional win the other night?
No, it's not going to take emotion away.
You feel for him, though, considering what he went through this year?
Yeah, yeah. It's going to keep between me and him for sure, yeah.
Do you feel like you're built for playoff hockey? I mean, you look like a guy that relishes sort
Do
of...
I look like I built for playoff hockey? You got to be big and strong to play playoff hockey. I mean, it's Connor Garland built for playoff hockey. He plays hard hockey. I think our whole team, our mentality is built for playoff hockey here. The guys been showing up every day, working their asses off, taking hits, making good plays, going on the forecheck, play super hard hockey. I feel like our whole team is built for playoff hockey, and that's what we expecting from the guys every night, and then that's what we've been showing the first game so far.
Let me rephrase it then. How much do you enjoy, like, when bodies are flying all over the place? I mean, that's sort of the game that you play.
I enjoy the high-stake games. I enjoy the pressure. I'm enjoying to be on the ice for the big moments of the game, for the important times of the game. So I'm enjoying that for sure.
When you first played in the playoffs, did you handle that pressure the same way, or did you have to learn how you are now?
You're learning every time. I mean, my first game was in Nashville, and it was when Nashville was unbelievable. With Colorado, we made the playoffs last game of the year, so it was pretty exciting there. It's definitely different approaches now. Like, as I get older, as I get more experience, how to prepare myself for playoff game and then stay emotionally even, so you can spread that through the series and through the long run of the playoffs. So I think it's definitely different feelings. Yeah, I mean, just don't waste your energy on the things you cannot control. Obviously, it's my 11th year, so it takes time to learn those little tricks on the ice and off the ice. So as you get older, I feel like you get more mature, and then it will come.
Well, he skated yesterday. He's not going to play tonight. We're going to evaluate him today on something. It wasn't the old injury, and that's all I really got for you guys. It's a day-to-day thing.
Can you give us a sense of when it may have happened?
Yesterday, I think. I'm not quite sure. That's why I don't have a timeline exactly, so I don't really want to speculate.
You said it happened. It may have happened yesterday in practice.
No, it might have been in the game, but I'm not quite sure because he skated yesterday. I don't have the exact timeline. That's why I don't want to speculate whether it's this time or whatever.
How equipped is this team to deal with it, given they've just dealt with it?
Well, I think all year we've had people step up in and out of the lineups. Casey played a big game against Edmonton. What was it? 10 days ago. A huge game to win the division. So he's done it all year for us. So just moving March forward, guys are excited about tonight's game.
The mentality of playing in the playoffs is one challenge. How does losing your starter, how is that a challenge for you as a coach to help your players?
Well, I always go into the playoffs, and in the speeches, you're going to use 28. If you're going to go far, you're going to use 28 guys. Now, I get certain stars and stuff, I get it, but to go deep, you have to use 28 guys in your lineup. It's just mostly goes that far. So you're going to have people step up and the team step up. So that's the mentality.
And even without the Demko question, you come off a big emotional game one. You go
Yeah.
into game two. What is the challenge there for a player, for a coach, for a team?
Well, I think for sure, we want to feed off the crowd again, and bring it again. I don't think you change your game if there's certain guys, lineup changes. You just don't. We know the way we have to play, whoever's in the net, whoever's whatever line you're on. I mean, that's the mentality you have to do in the playoffs. That's just the way it is. You just march along.
Rick, beyond goaltending, any other lineup changes for tonight?
No.
Is that sticking with a winning lineup? Is that strategic? Did you like every skater the other night that earned the opportunity to get back in there?
Well, no, I don't believe you can't change the lineup. If a guy stinks, take him out, right? I mean, let's face facts. But I didn't think anybody stunk. I thought a lot of guys, whether they were just okay, they were neutral, which is okay sometimes. But there's 3 or 4 or 5 guys I think that we need to play better. But I didn't think it deserved a lineup change.
Will Lafferty start with Petey again, or?
I don't know. That could be in change type of thing. I'm going to do an in change thing like I did last game.
Rick, just back to Demko, the fact that he's missing, he's been helping you all year winning games. When you say that you're not going to change the way you play, do you at the same time expect that your best players, knowing that a key member of the team that's helping you win games is not there, will put on their shoulders the responsibility of doing more, or is it a trap to think that way?
No, I just believe that you just play the same way. I mean, because Demers in net, you're going to toe drag at the blue line. I mean, no, you shouldn't do it anyways. Like that's one of our staples. We don't try not to do those dumb things, right? Whether Demers in net or whoever's in net, you just don't. You try to play the right way. So why would we change? All of a sudden we're going to dump the puck in more because we have Casey in net. I mean, no, we're going to play the same way.
Rick, do you have a history as a player or a coach where in the playoffs your starter suddenly injured and somebody else had to come back in? Can you regale us with something?
I think Kenny Reggett went in Pittsburgh. Barrasso went down, which was huge. He was big. I'm trying to think. Why am I going blank? I know Kenny Reggett for Barrasso. That was a big one for me. I wasn't there, but the next year, was it Petrangelo? What's his name? The goalie there. I wasn't there, though, but he was unreal for Pittsburgh. So there's a lot of the good stories.
This looks like a real prudent trade now. I mean, you knew Casey from his Pittsburgh days, and he seems to have a certain pedigree. You guys just didn't go acquire a backup. You acquired a guy who's played a number of games. How confident are you that he can just pick it up? And go
I'm real confident. I love his demeanor. Very well-liked guy. I mean, this is, anytime you get in the playoffs, there's stories. And, he's looking to be a contributor to this team. And we expect the way he's played all year for us, really solid hockey. We're not looking for him to be spectacular. We're looking to be Casey.
The emotions of game one were through the roof, 70+ hits. It's probably going to be even amped up more tonight. How do you maintain that physicality and keep it on the right side of the line, stay out of the penalty box? Because as good as your penalty kill was in game one, they're going to adjust on the power play.
Yeah, I think when you want to be hitting, you want to hit. We all, I love hits, but I think you got to do it with good detail. Shoulder into the chest, no elbows up. I mean, a big hit is, like Big Z there had some nice hits. They were legal hits. That's what I want. You start running around, elbows up, jumping and stuff. I mean, that's not really, maybe 10, 20 years ago, you can do that. You can't do that nowadays. It's not really tough hockey. So I think we want to play a physical game, but obviously within the rules. I mean, you have to stay out of the box.
You spoke about a handful of guys that you wanted to see more from yesterday. How do you and your staff motivate those guys up for a game like tonight?
I don't think you have to motivate them at this time of the year. I think you got to show them some stuff. The coaches were busy yesterday showing some individual clips, and it wasn't an effort thing. It was just kind of in the wrong spots. Maybe some tough decisions, like not bad decisions, some decisions that you might want to think about. A couple of diving in here and there, and I think it's just showing them on video. They know. I mean, you have to pound in their head. I mean, really, it's a 2-minute meeting. they get it.
I guess like if they are able to make the changes necessary that you're looking for and that they're looking for as well, how beneficial is that as the playoffs go on here?
Well, they've done it in the past. That's the one thing I love about this team is throughout the year is, they whether it's an individual or a couple of guys or whatever, the team's really done a good job of bouncing back. So I'm not really worried about that.
Game 1, your message to the fans was be loud. Do you have a message to the fans for Game 2?
I don't know if they can be louder, but can they bring the same level? That was pretty special. You go a little louder than that, they might be not speaking for a week. It'd be tough to yell that loud.
One more here.
Asked Pedersen after Game 1 what he thinks he can do better tonight, and he said move his feet. I'm
Yeah.
curious what you saw from him and his line where they can be better tonight.
Yeah, I think we're just more connected and move his feet. Like when he gets the puck, go. Like he's a talented guy. Find that good ice and make those option plays. And then obviously the PP. He's going to get some. I think he's going to get some good looks tonight, and he's got to shoot it. He's got a hell of a shot. So don't defer, shoot it.